It felt unreal the moment it happened. One wrong step on a slick, moss-covered rock was all it took. In less than a second, my balance was gone, the ground vanished beneath my feet, and my body slammed hard against stone inside the narrow walls of Snake Creek. Pain shot through my leg and lower back, sharp and immediate, stealing my breath away. The sound of rushing water echoed endlessly, bouncing off the canyon walls, making it clear just how isolated I really was. What had started as a simple adventure had instantly turned into a nightmare. And the terrifying truth settled in fast: there was no easy way out. Just hours earlier, everything had felt calm and exciting. Snake Creek looked like a hidden paradise, carved deep into the landscape. With smooth rock walls, shallow pools of cold, clear water, and sunlight slipping through narrow gaps above. It felt remote, but not dangerous. The plan was simple: explore the creek, take in the beauty, and head back before evening. My confidence was high, the weather was perfect, and there was no reason to believe anything could go wrong. Like so many others before me, I underestimated the danger of the terrain. The rocks inside the creek were worn smooth by years of flowing water, deceptively slippery even when they looked dry. Moving forward required careful steps, but comfort quickly turned into carelessness. Then it happened. One foot landed slightly wrong, my weight shifted, and there was nothing to grab. The fall was short but brutal. My body twisted, slammed into stone, and slid into the shallow water. When everything stopped moving, shock took over. For a few seconds, there was only silence, broken by my heavy breathing and the pounding of my heart. Trying to stand revealed the damage. One leg refused to support any weight, sending waves of pain through my body. My lower back screamed with every movement. Panic began to creep in as it became clear this wasn't just a minor fall. Looking around only made things worse. The creek walls were high and steep, impossible to climb without proper gear. The path forward and the path back both looked just as dangerous. Snake Creek wasn't just difficult anymore, it was a trap. Time passed slowly. Minutes felt like hours as the reality of the situation set in. I had no phone signal. The narrow canyon blocked any chance of reception, and shouting for help felt useless with no one around for miles. The water was cold, soaking my clothes and draining my body heat. Sitting still hurt, and moving hurt even more. Every option seemed bad, and my mind began racing with worst-case scenarios. As the light started to shift, my fear grew stronger. The creek that had felt peaceful earlier now felt hostile and unforgiving. Shadows stretched along the canyon walls, and the temperature began to drop. Staying calm became the hardest challenge. Panic wasted energy, and energy was something I couldn't spare. Slow breaths, careful movements, and constant mental reminders were the only way to stay focused. My survival now depended on the decisions I made while injured and alone. Every small action required thought. How much could I move my leg without making the injury worse? Was it better to stay put and hope someone came looking, or try to move and risk another fall? Water was available, but food was limited. My body ached, my muscles tightened from the cold, and exhaustion slowly crept in. Doubt became a constant companion. Thoughts of regret surfaced: regret for coming alone, for not turning back sooner, for that one careless step. Nightfall brought a new level of danger. Darkness inside Snake Creek was complete, swallowing everything beyond my arm's reach. The temperature dropped sharply, and my shivering became uncontrollable. The creek sounded louder in the dark, almost alive, as if reminding me how small and helpless I was. Staying awake was a battle, but sleep felt dangerous. Every noise triggered fear. Every movement sent pain through my body. At my lowest point, hope felt distant. The idea of being trapped overnight, injured and exposed, was terrifying. But survival often comes down to stubbornness. Giving up wasn't an option. With the limited strength I had left, I made a decision: one final effort to improve my situation. Whether that meant slowly signaling, repositioning for warmth, or attempting a careful move toward a safer spot. Every inch mattered. Every movement was deliberate. Then, just when it seemed like nothing would change, something did. A sound that didn't belong to the creek. Voices, distant but real. Or maybe the faint echo of movement above. Adrenaline surged through the pain, and I used whatever strength remained to respond. Shouts, movement, any sign of life. The minutes that followed felt like a lifetime. But help was finally on the way. Rescue, when it came, felt surreal. Relief washed over the fear, and exhaustion replaced the adrenaline. My body was cold, injured, and weak, but I was alive. Looking back at Snake Creek from a position of safety revealed how quickly beauty can turn into danger. The same rocks, water, and canyon walls that had drawn my admiration earlier now served as a reminder of how unforgiving nature can be. In the end, the story of Snake Creek is a lesson written in pain and survival. One wrong step truly changed everything. It showed how fast confidence can become vulnerability and how thin the line is between adventure and disaster. The wild doesn't make mistakes. But people do, and sometimes survival depends on staying calm, making smart choices, and never underestimating the power of nature. The experience leaves one lasting truth behind: respect the terrain, prepare for the worst, and remember that even a single step can decide everything. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you feel overwhelmed or struggling, please know that reaching out is a sign of strength. There are resources available, like the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988, that can provide support when you need it most. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more stories that remind us of the power of survival and the human spirit.